Hi. So this is a continuation video of a script that changes the width of a metal in layout using scroll button. The demo I have shown earlier in the last video, and today I'm going to tell you how to write that script. And let's continue that in this video. So to change the width of a metal, first of all, you need one thing like in your CIW that is your uh, shape width. So when you like when you do this, right, let me show you this thing. Yeah. So whenever you do this like CSS your excuse me, your shape. Just give me 1 minute. Yep. So as you know, like whatever the shape you have, you can just do the width for that shape and it will give you the value of that width. So let's suppose I have selected this metal. Let's suppose I have selected this metal, some random metal, right? And I want to find out the width of that. So if I do this selected shape and then the width command, it will show me the width of that metal. Now I have to use this thing very cleverly in my script so that I can change the width or use it in the bind keys. So how do I write that? Let's see. Okay, so I have this new file. I hope you can see that all the letters. Yep, still changing the shape. Yep. So okay, is it fine? No, still that is not visible. No problem. Whew, okay, now it is fine. So to write that, first of all, we need a procedure. Like suppose procedure, and I name that let's suppose change width. Okay, and that procedure also needs one for each loop. For each loop that does a operation on your object or on your shape. So this is just variable, and what that shape is, we are going to select that in this command. So it is just g get select set, which will take your selected shapes excuse me, and we'll do the operation on that. Now we need to do the operation. What kind of operation is that? That is just the change of the width. So how do we do that? I mean, it's the way we did in the CIW, that is CSS and then tilted arrow and then width. The same we have to use, but how? Like in this script, I have this object that is our shape. So if I do the shape, tilted arrow and then width, it will give me the width of our metal, selected metal or number of metals. So what if I set this variable itself for its new width? Let's suppose this way, width, right? So the first value is the like The left hand side is the value of your width, which will be after the operation. So that is the new width, and this is the last width, earlier width, right? So what do we need to do that? We want to change it by adding or subtracting, right? So yeah, I'm taking a change that is delta. It's a variable. We can define it, right? Now this is something new variable, and I have to call it from like I have to call it inside the procedure. So how do I get that? So if I mention this variable inside this function, that is our delta, right? So this way we can call it from outside inside the procedure, and the change will be saved inside that shape itself, right? Okay, so this is done. Now what do we need? We need a number of, I mean, a number of change, a value that will be subtracted either, or it will be like added to change the value. So I'm setting one more variable. Let's suppose delta width. That is something which we can set. I'm setting it 0.01, right? So excuse me. Now what till now what we have done is like we have set a procedure to the change width of the metal, and that's a function, by the way. It is the function name, and this is the value it is taking to add or subtract from the uh, shape of the metal, right? We have said that for each loop, for all the shapes, whether we have selected one or more than one, it will work for all of them. And now we have to set this function for our bind key, right? Okay, so first of all, I want to do one more thing so that we can have an idea what is happening inside. That's print function, and that we get the, I mean, this way we get all the shapes next new width. Hey, what is that tilted width, right? So we get the next value of our shape, uh, that is change the width with this print function. So now we can set the bind keys. So there's a simple bind key command. I set bind key. Okay, it's key. No, this is for layout. So I'll write that layout, and the command, I mean the buttons I want to use is Control Shift and then our button which we want to use in button in mouse. So um, for mouse, the scroll button is button 4 down, right? So this is for down and up we can set. You can check, you can change this, but this with any other keyboard button. Okay, now I want to call that function, right? So this procedure, change width, that is change width. And what do I need to do? I need to call the uh, value, like I because this function is asking a value that I need to give inside this this call, right? So this is my delta width I've set here. Okay, So this is my one bind key that is set for down. I'm doing the same thing for the same thing for my up operation, right? Okay, so I'm just copying it and we'll do the paste. Done. Right. Now I need to give just one thing. This function is called change width here, and I'm going to give it a negative value, right? Not the positive value or no minus plus. So this is what I've done. I just gave you a minus here. I gave a minus here, and this is working fine. Now I have to change the button here. So that is 5 button down, control shift is all same. So this is how my script is ready with the bind key and its function. Let's check if it is working then. So it is saved with the name. I do mostly test change.il. Hmm, desktop. Okay, it is fine. If I call it from desktop, it will work in test change.il save. Okay, so let's call this script. Hey, not you. Desktop no files. Okay, where is the CLW, and then I need to copy my load, copy, paste, paste, right? Test, change, right? So this is test, change, .il, and the files. This is not what, yeah. Let's load it. It is loaded. Now, okay, so, okay, so that operation I could not show you in the uh, view in the screen. So let's shift it a little bit right side. I hope you can see this. I just loaded the script wherever I saved that here, and it is completely loaded here. So I just need to use my buttons in my layout view. So let's suppose if I select this and if I press Control Shift and then press the button, it is showing me the change width function. Right? Now if I scroll down, it is working the same. Now if I select multiple shapes, let's suppose it is working fine or not. It is working. Oh, good. Okay, so one more thing I need to check. That is my width change width is the function, and where is that test change? Yeah. So this is working fine. So this way you can actually write a script that can change your width of metal. Let's suppose it is working for all other metals or not, because I'm going to change this shapes to metal. Let's suppose metal, which shape? Metal 2, metal 1, drawing, apply. Okay, so is it working for all the shapes or not? So that's what I'm going to check. So it is working fine. All right, and what if there are multiple widths of the metal? Let's suppose this is different, this is different, all of these are different. this with different shapes. So is it working fine for them or not? That's what I have to check. Okay, so increase it. Select all the metals and then increase. So you can see if the metal shapes is, metal width is changed, is not the same. Still, it is working fine for them, for all of them. Right, so this way you can write your script. You can set your bind keys to change the width of metals. Thank you. Let me know if you have any doubt in your script or any confusion you have in the comment sections. Thank you.